So I was watching a video on YouTube by Eric July, aka Young Weapon 59. The video was what conservatives could learn from this election. And and he had some insightful things that he spoke about in the video, and I will post a link in the description box below so that you can go watch the video if that's something that you choose to do so that you can see the context of what he was saying and get a better understanding of his viewpoint on it. But I'm just gonna add my little 2 cents here. But to give you a brief description of what he was talking about, basically he was saying that when it comes to culture, culture is a driving force behind politics and policies. When culture changes, policies and politics change. And he was saying that the problem with Republicans is that even though they have many opportunities to be ahead of the curve as far as cultural significance goes, they are in fact behind the curve, and then they try to latch onto things as they are passing by, when it's almost a little too late. And he said that that is detrimental to the Republican Party. But like I said before, to get a better understanding, go watch his video. But what I want to add to that is what I find interesting is, just look at in terms of racism. People say that Republicans are the party or is the party of racism. But what's the rebuttal to that? Well, the rebuttal to that is by the Republicans, hey, we're the party that freed the slaves. We're the party of Lincoln. Now, the Republican Party of then is not the same as the Republican Party of now, just like the Democratic Party of now is not the same as the Democratic Party of then. But that's a whole other conversation to be had. But if you just look at it in terms of just titles and labels, Republican, Democrat, yes, the Republicans were the ones who freed the slaves. They were the ones who were making cultural changes. They were the ones who were ahead of the curve. But they turned from the party of cultural change to the party of cultural preservation, which is the lack of change. Now, the world is changing. Things are changing. And you have to be able to adapt to change, and most importantly, accept it while also holding on to your values, which can be tricky. And that's the balancing act that conservatives need to learn how to make. Conservatives, and correct me if I'm wrong here, or give me your insight if you're a conservative or Republican or whatever the case may be. Now, me, myself, I'm middle of the road. I think I was Republican when I was younger, but now I'm more middle of the road. But if you are a conservative Republican, give me your insight on this. As far as the cultural changes go, whenever somebody brings up a cultural change that they want to make, such as, maybe police reform, maybe health care, free education, or, something along. I know those are hot topics, and I know there's other things as far as cultural that happens, but just a change in maybe like a change in like values or whatever. Do you feel that that is a direct attack on your beliefs? Do you feel that if cultural change does happen, then it's going to be forced upon you to change your values? Because like I look at it as a way of, there is a way to have cultural change. There's even a way to be ahead of the curve as far as cultural change, but still being able to hold on to the conservative values that you may have. But yeah, ultimately though, the world is changing, and I know there's always saying the more things change, the more they stay the same, but change occurs, and you have to be able to adapt to the change. You can't fight change because change is inevitable. All you can do is just learn how to adapt to it while also holding on to the values that you hold dear, and or at least hope to be able to hold on to them. But ultimately, if the Republican Party doesn't learn how to adapt to change and doesn't learn how to get ahead of the curve as far as some things culturally are concerned, then it's just gonna be a bumpier ride for them in the future. But anyway, those are my thoughts on that. Share yours. Thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button, that notification bell, and until next time, catch you on the flip side.